So this deck that you see on screen right now has one very specific purpose. It is to lock every single zone our opponent has, aside from, you know, the field zone and the extra monster zone, but we don't talk about those. We are going to lock all 3 of our opponent's monster zones and all 3 of our opponent's spell and trap zones using 2 cards. So the first card you might have an idea of, which is Ojama King. This card locks up to 3 of your opponent's unused monster zones. And the second card that actually locks the spell and trap zones is Seismic Shockwave. I think this is the only card that allows you to lock all 3 of your opponent's unused spell and trap zones. And this card has a very specific requirement in order to activate. You need to have a dinosaur monster you control to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard. So the way we're going to achieve this is to first of all use Tri-White to revive all of our Ojamas from our graveyard, and then we link summon a Link 2 Reproduckers. This is a Dinosaur Link 2 that we can make from our extra deck, so we don't really need to play dinosaurs in our main deck. And then we will be using our Offerings to the Doomed in our opponent's turn to pop our Reproduckers, and that will trigger the effect of our Seismic Shockwave to lock all 3 of our opponent's spells and trap zones. And also the spell has a side effect that is beneficial that prevents us from drawing a card in our next draw phase. So even if we draw every single card off our deck during our combo, we will still not lose in our next turn because we don't have to draw a card and we can just attack with the stuff that we have. And Reproduckers also has a second effect that is useful other than it being a dinosaur. It also changes one of our Jamas to a Cyberus monster, so we can link summon a Link 1 that has 1,000 or more attack. We are playing a Talkback Lancer, it has 1200 attack. And that is really useful because we need 4k damage, and Ojama King itself is only 3k, because even though it has 0 attack, we have the field spell that gives it the defense value. So we need another 1,000, which can be accomplished with Talkback Lancer. So that is the basic combo of your deck. It is not consistent at all. This is very much a gimmicky kind of an FTK deck. It doesn't really win on turn 1, but it does lock every single zone your opponent has. And also it does lose to MST or Cosmic Cyclone because it can just remove your Seismic Shockwave. It is a continuous trap. So you can just, your opponent can just chain back row removal. It does lose to DD Crow because they can just banish your Ojamas. It doesn't really lose to Effect Veiler because Ojama King is summoned during your opponent's turn, so they can't really use Veiler to negate your king. But your opponent can Kaiju or Lava Golem your monster, so there are plenty of ways to, you know, still out this lock, but it's pretty funny, so we're gonna do it anyway. Exodia resolves before dealings. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, there's no chain. I think you just win immediately when you have all 5. Couple phase. Heads, let's go. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good so far. So far. Okay, he's swinging Blue Eyes. Okay, that's doable. Let's summon an Ojama. We send that to the graveyard. We draw another Ojama. Perfect. And then we draw a third Ojama. That will be amazing. Please give us a third Ojama. That is the third Ojama. Okay, now we need Seismic Shockwave and we will have combo. Come on. Seismic Shockwave. Seismic Shock... No, actually we had Seismic... We need, what's that? Necrofusion. There we go, we have combo. Okay, now we activate Tri-White. Revive all 3 of them. Okay, now we hope our opponent doesn't have Cosmic Cyclone. Otherwise, we lose. Actually, we might lose to Valor as well, now that I think about it. Because if he negates our fusion, we might have a problem. Actually, no, that's fine. Because he can only do that during our main phase, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, now we can change our monster to Cybers. And that is for the sole reason to have a Link one that has more than 1,000 attack, because Ojama King has 3k, and we need another 1k to actually deal enough damage. So what we can do is do that, and then we set 3 cards. And then we turn on the toggle, and we end turn. And then into the vault we put our entire hand. And then now we wait for him to draw, activate Dealings, pop Reproducers. Okay, no response. Let's go. Seismic Shockwave. That's all the spell and trap zones gone. Necrofusion. Make her Ojama King. In attack position. Let's go, Ojama King. Now we lock all 3 of his monster zones. Let's go! Kashtira lock accomplished! Okay, now we just win. We even have 4 cards left in our deck, so we have plenty of time to attack. Yeah, skill can't save you now. Nice reborn. Let's see where you're gonna place it. That is so funny. We also skip our draw phase because of the pop spell. Let's go! Yes! You know, Kite Rod in hand is fine because we have 4 cards left in our deck, so you can just attack until we win. Let's go! That is so funny. Let's save the replay. Even though we don't actually need to replay, we can just use the footage on stream. But we're gonna save it anyway. What a Chad he didn't scoop. That's so funny. Let's go!